You shout out Soda TV too?
Show TV shout out.
Okay.
Soda TV. Soda TV, what up?
Okay.
Soda TV, shout out. Welcome to Soda TV.
What's your name? Whatever it is.
Soda TV. It's Soda TV. Welcome back to Soda TV. K Flock is celebrating a W right now. And he should be, because fortunately God was with him, and that M, that that he caught when he was walking with that girl, and he either looked through the window of the barber, or glanced through the window of the barbershop and kept going or whatever, or something like that. And then as they was walking, he was, I'm gonna use the word, the guy came out the barbershop and engaged K Flock or whatever. K Flock turn around, do his thing, try to go back off, and more words or whatever happened, because it was only footage, right? No audio. And the K Flock ends up and downs the man, right? And there's no self-defense law in New York, so this was the hardest thing ever for K Flock. But like I say, fortunately, God was with him, and he ended up beating that. But if you are a K Flock fan or been following this, back when this charge was originally introduced to K Flock, and he let it be known that he was going to fight it and beat it and come home and stuff, I guess the feds, or this is that RICO that they added was fair, right? I guess they thought he was serious and he had a chance of beating it. So what they did was they ended up introducing a RICO, a ANG with a G at the beginning, RICO on K Flock and his organization. Lot of charges. And what this would ensure for them is that, okay, even if K Flock do beat the M, he still got another battle to go through, and it's still a slim chance, that he's going to see the light of day again, which is how they like to try to get you, especially if you ain't cooperating. They love to get you like that. So I want y'all to check it down. I want y'all to check out what Tony Yayo and Vlad has to say about it, because of course they can break this down way better than me, and they have more info than me. Tony Yayo is from New York, right? Or if he ain't from New York, he has enough, connection with New York to have solidified information and etc. So that's what we're going to get into. Before we do, got to ask you to pretty please tap that like button. It don't cost you a Japanese nickel. I wouldn't do that to you. I just ask you to share this with whoever you can, whenever you can. I appreciate that from the heart. Subscribe to the channel. I would rather you do it now, but if you want to see if I'm going to earn it and then do it at the end, we could do that. And I'll remind you at the end, just in case you forget. Last but not least, notification bell. Keep you notified on any and everything I post to this channel. All right, without further ado, roll that footage.
K Flock.
Free K Flock, man.
So, I guess he beat his murder charge, but he got found guilty in a RICO charge.
Right.
And so there's the RICO,
Let me ask you a question. Do you think New York State should actually have a self-defense? Because
stand your ground? 100%.
Because I feel like
in fact, my man Taxstone wouldn't be in jail right now if there was a stand your ground in New York.
This is what I'm saying. I think we should at least have a stand your ground, even if they don't want to make it a gun state, because you have to be a special guy to get a license out here, or even get a license, right? Even if it's not a gun state, it should be some kind of self-defense act there or something. And I feel like what the good thing about K Flock is, other people could use that for their case. Know what I mean? That self-defense plea or whatever, which way his lawyer freaked it. We could use that. You could use that for your case now. That'll be implemented in other people's cases because he did beat a body. But if somebody run down on you and they upping it, what the hell? And you protect yourself, yeah, you should be able to beat that. You know?
Well, yeah. So he beat his murder charge, but he was found guilty for racketeering conspiracy, use of a gun resulting in attempted murder, use of the weapon, furtherance of racketeering, use of a firearm for attempted murder, and assault with a dangerous weapon. So he is facing a life sentence for these other charges. Mm-hmm. You know, and look, he did a post. He said, I beat the top count. I made the judge cry. He said now he's now forced to give me life. Alhamdulillah, everything good, not good, and everything bad, not bad. Just got to stay humble to the outcome of your situation. See what Allah got for you. Chin up, chest out. Shit ain't over, nowhere near. Remain a G and stay sucker free. Never fold, never will. Free the real bred ones, kill all rats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saying kill all rats before you're sentenced is probably not the best.
I mean,
the best phrase.
Maybe he felt like that because they said, I don't know how real this is, but they were saying that a dude that he helped out in the situation supposedly told on him. So it's like, yo, bro, if you do a crime, listen, if you go out there, right, and you commit a crime or about to commit a crime, you should know there's consequences to everything you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to fucking tell on the next man because you got caught up, bro. You knew the consequences before you pulled that trigger, carried that gun, broke in that house, stole that car. You know the consequences. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these motherfuckers never been to jail, never did skid bids, never did no time, never did no fed time, state time. Some of them motherfuckers never been to the island, first time on the island. So it's like, bro, and then when they behind bars, they can't take the heat. And when you can't take the heat, what you do?
Cooperate.
Get the fuck out the kitchen.
So there's a difference between keeping your head up, keeping God first, keeping your spirits up, you know, and keep going so your family on the outside knows that you're strong. They don't over worry so that you can, you know, keep as much sanity as possible, right? But it's a difference between doing that and actually bragging, praising, and having actual fun up in there. You feel me? Like, and when you take a look at K Flock's, all his videos that he has released over these years, being in there, take a look at all his posts, his rants, everything aligns with him having the time of his life in there. Everything, man. God dang, man. Like, when you fight K-Fly, this ain't you ain't in there for a delivery or old mess stick with a D at the beginning on your girl. You ain't up in there for, man, you in there for RICOs and M's. Like, the charge that he was just fighting, like, dude, like, do you realize that you're catching charges that can cut off your natural life? Like, you'll never, but hey, some people built different, man. But you're gonna say, unalive all snitches, basically more than likely directing them at the people that's cooperating on your RICO case. But you're going to say all this, and it's going to hurt you in two ways. You're saying all this, and they're going to end up reading this, you feel me, or posting it up on the screen for everybody to see at your sentencing, man, because you're awaiting sentencing on this RICO. That's why I don't get why. Like, you're supposed to do everything to help yourself. You know, you didn't beat the M. You're supposed to be doing everything to help yourself to actually maybe come from underneath this. But when prosecutors and judges hear stuff like F snitches and what you would do to them, and having that much disregard for the law, it lets them have 10 times as much disregard for you. And you already ain't snitching, so they already got a bone out for you, man. Like, I hate to see K Flock. I hate to see the results of what they're going to do to K Flock due to the way he's carrying on, the way he's carrying this, man, and poking his chest out. I hate to see what the consequences of that is going to be, but hard head make it soft. Hey, but what y'all think about this? Let me know down in the comment section. Along with that, attach that like button, share this, subscribe to the channel. You said you would. If I earned it, and I'm just here to make sure I remind you, like I said, in case you forget. Notification bell always keeps you notified on any and everything I post. This is the self-proclaimed #1 celebrity news channel on YouTube at this time, The Real Soda TV. I'm out of here.